What's good? It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about why being sensitive isn't a bad thing. See, many times we look at being sensitive as a negative thing. We look at it as someone who's sensitive is weak, someone who's sensitive is powerless, someone who's sensitive is someone who we can't be around. We can't make jokes with that person. We can't form a bond with that person due to the fact of the matter of that person being sensitive about everything and anything. But in reality, what we have to realize and understand is everybody is sensitive. Everybody is sensitive in their own way. Some may be sensitive to the words that someone may say. Others may be sensitive to how people may perceive them. People may be sensitive to their own conditions and reasons in their own life. Trauma plays a big role in sensitivity. And when we understand in this life, the experience that we go through in this life can cause us to be sensitive. That's not a bad thing though. I look at sensitivity as a way for us to understand boundaries and a way for protection amongst ourselves. You know what you can handle and you know what you can't handle. If you are dealing with people who speak on quote unquote religious beliefs, political beliefs, and just the state of the world, the economy, those things and those remarks can have an impact on you, especially if you are not in a financial position that someone else may be in. Especially if you believe in something that someone else doesn't believe in, especially if you are on your way to working your way up and you still have issues and problems that you are trying to work through and work on. These things may cause you to quote unquote be sensitive. But in reality, some things we as people should keep to ourselves. If we understand that people are sensitive to different things, then we conduct ourselves in a way where we actually can navigate this world in a way where everyone is moving in more of a caring way. If we do not pay attention to what people are sensitive by, when they may lash out on us due to the things that they're sensitive by, we have no reason to call this and that person sensitive. We have to focus and understand that people are triggered by many different things. If we do not understand that and we don't have the awareness and knowledge to understand that, we cannot get upset when people lash out and get triggered. It's best that we take the time to do the research, understand the knowledge that the Most High is going to provide to us, may provide to us, if we are on the level that we're ready to receive the knowledge that the Most High may provide to us, and actually use that knowledge to conduct ourselves properly in this world. If we do not use the proper knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then when we deal with people, we may say things or do things that we may think aren't sensitive to us, but may be sensitive to somebody else. And when they feel a way about that, we may not understand why they feel a way about that. We have to understand that racism, classism plays a major role, especially in this society, because many times there are people who may say things that may be racist, that may be classist, that may be sexist, and these things may affect us. And when they do affect us, we have all the right to say that this may affect us. We have all the right to express how we feel. We have all the right to not be placed in bondage based upon what someone else says or thinks. That person who says or thinks these things, understand that they are bringing out things that they feel on the inside. And when they feel like that on the inside, we have to understand, do we want to be around these people or do we want to separate ourselves from these people? The decision is ours. We also have people amongst groups who are colorists as well. They only deal with people based on the color of their skin, if it's the same as someone else's color of that person's skin, and they may degrade you based upon the color of your skin. All these things play into society and play into the world due to media, due to programming, due to what we see in our day-to-day lives. If the media says this group, this race is the upper echelon group or upper echelon race, and we start to see people, especially in society, get high positions of powers and roles due to their race, due to their skin, due to how they look, then people start to look at these people like they are very much so important due to programming. If you constantly see someone is over you in everything that you're trying to accomplish and everything that you're trying to do, and you can't seem to be getting far, but these people seem to be getting far in what they do based upon their race, based upon their group, based upon how they look, then you start to feel lower and you start to look at these people as higher because they may seem like they have the resources. Now, if you've done the work and you understand where that stems from, when you understand why these things happen, there's going to be a group that understands it and tries to break past the boundaries of that. And then there's going to be a group that does not understand and thinks it's not there. When you don't understand something, you think it's not happening and you think it's not there. It's best that we do the research needed in this life for us to understand all these things that may affect each and every one of us. Even when we're children, these things happen. There are children who only want to play with a certain group, certain people, because of how they look, because of how their preferences, because of what they're taught at home. So you start to develop these things from young. And when you grow up and you grow older, you start to either include yourself with this group and feel like you are powerful because you're a part of this group, or you start to look at yourself as less than. And oftentimes that comes with insecurities, sorrow, sadness. And when these things happen, essentially, it's hard for you to break out of these things. Sometimes you may end up having a depressive episode, or you may go under depression due to the fact of feeling these ways. So understand that sometimes even when you're sensitive, it could be protection as well, protecting you from things that you don't like, things that you don't want to be around. And when you're sensitive, you set boundaries for yourself. You understand what you like and what you don't like, and what you accept and what you don't accept. When you're sensitive, you show people that you cannot be messed around with. Sometimes there are people who try to do passive aggressive snubs and jokes against you, and when you stand up and fight against that, they may call you sensitive. Understand that is manipulation. That is manipulation at your finest. Because in this life, if you care about yourself, people are going to say that you are sensitive, and that's fine, as long as you know where the manipulation stems from and how you can defeat that. I feel that when you're sensitive, when you place boundaries, when you understand in this life what is going on, the jokes that may try to hurt you, the words that may be said to go against you, if you love yourself and you understand where all these things stem from, you're able to stand up for yourself, set boundaries, and move on with your life. The best thing for us to understand in this life is when we're sensitive, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because when we understand what is being said and what is being told, we can navigate that and understand it, and we can fight against it. We can educate other people on these topics and these matters. It's best that we do the research as much as possible to understand these things, because when we understand, then we can teach other people properly. When we don't understand and we try to teach other people these things, then that's where confusion sets in. So today, I want to read this scripture to you, and I hope that this scripture can help you in your own personal daily life. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the vindication from me declares the Lord. See, in your own personal life, you will deal with many trials and many tribulations. You will have good days, you will have bad days. But it's best that you understand that every day counts, and every day that you live on this earth, you have the ability to stand up for yourself. You have the ability to understand yourself. You have the ability to love yourself. Know that in this life, if you are a sensitive individual, know that it's not a bad thing. And your sensitivity is there to help you to navigate this life the proper way. The Most High does not instill these things in our life for no reason, but the Most High instills these things in our life for us to walk under guidance, protection, and strength. I want to thank you for watching today. Peace.